top 10 people with extra body parts. But before we start, please subscribe our channel and click the notification bell. Number 10. Deepak Paswan. Deepak Paswan, a boy from India, was leading a childhood that was not at all easy. He was born along with the legs and arms of his underdeveloped twin that was growing out of his chest. Many children would bully him, and Hindu pilgrims would visit his place to worship him, believing him to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who is usually depicted as having additional limbs. Number 9. Dan Azzayar. Dan Azzayar, a man from Danbury, Connecticut, has a unique condition which is known as hereditary exostasis. This caused him to grow about 92 bones apart from the usual 206 bones that everyone is born with. 42 bones were removed after many surgeries in 2010, and some of them were as big as a TV remote control. The surgeries that he went through had their share of consequences, like in his teenage years he suffered from severe numbness in one leg. He passed his condition to his children as well, but they do not have any significant issues with it. Number 8. Hong Hong. In the year 2016, a boy named Hong Hong was born in Hunan Province, China, with 16 toes and 15 fingers. He was diagnosed with polydactylism, an inherited condition that affects only 1 in every 1,000 children. Even his mother suffers from this condition and has 6 toes on each foot and 6 fingers in each hand. When she conceived, she thought her baby too may get affected, and that is exactly what happened. However, after managing to raise $30,000 through funds, Hong Hong's family was able to opt for a surgery. Number 7. Brigham Nordstrom. If a person has 3 organs of which they should have 2, then that can make them feel uncomfortable. If they have 4, then that is very unusual, but what if they have 5, and that 2 kidneys? Brigham Nordstrom, a New Zealand lawyer, at the age of 28, went to the hospital when he suffered from some kidney infection, and it is then that he learned he had 5 kidneys. He is the only person ever known to have these many kidneys until now. He was advised not to get them removed as it then might affect his nervous system. So, he lives with them and is absolutely healthy. Number 6. Myrtle Corbin. In 1888, a baby girl was born with diphagus, a congenital deformity, because of which she had 2 separate pelvises, located side by side, and an extra pair of legs. Next to her stronger outer legs were her smaller inner legs. Myrtle could easily move the inner legs as she did her outer ones, but she could not walk using them. Despite some medical problems, Myrtle gave birth to a son and 4 daughters. She died at the age of 60 in 1928. Number 5. Bethany Jordan. Ivy Mark syndrome can cause such bizarre physical problems that it is hard to believe that they are true. Bethany Jordan from Stourbridge, England, suffered from this condition, because of which her stomach developed on the wrong side. She had misaligned liver, and her heart was also out of place, and if she would extend herself you could see her heart beating in her back. She had 2 left lungs, and 5 spleens, which people just have 1 of. Number 4. Yin Xin. Yin Xin from China, just like Deepak Paswan, had to suffer because of the growth of her unborn twin connected to her body. When she was born, it was seen that she had a small arm growing from her back, but with her growing it grew as well and began gaining the shape of a human with fingers, a stomach, and also a breast was noticed. By the time Yin was 11, half of her back was covered with the underdeveloped fetus. Her parents saved for the operation, and in 2007 the fetus was successfully removed. Number 3. Sarah Reinfelder. Female embryos generally develop with a pair of reproductive systems, like 2 vaginas, uteruses, etc. However, they merge during gestation, but in some cases, something interferes with the process and results in a condition known as uterus didelphys. Sarah Reinfelder had an unusual case in 2009 as she had 2 uteruses and both of them were functional. When she was pregnant with twins, both had a uterus to gestate in. though she was on birth control, and it was said that her uteruses overrode these drugs by creating more hormones than could be counteracted by the birth control. She later said in an interview that she was glad that both her children were born without any health issues. Number 2. Didier Montalvo. Skin moles are very common, but the mole that developed on the back of Didier Montalvo was so huge that it looked like a turtle shell. Born in 2006 in Colombo, Sri Lanka, this boy had to go through a lot as most people residing in the city refused to interact with him or his family as they thought he was cursed by some evil spirit. Fortunately, however, the boy was taken to the United Kingdom a few years ago for a surgery that could offer him a happier life. Number 1. Kang Kang. You must have heard about people being double-faced, and this is not just a saying. This can happen in real life, and Kang Kang is a living example. This kid was born with one face sitting on top of another. And certainly, this is one of the weirdest cases of extra body parts that is so clearly visible. That's all for now. The top 10 people with extra body parts. Please subscribe for more video.